Responders and police interact with people who may not be able to interact with them. That's all coming up tonight on Facebook Live. Great to be with you here on this Wednesday. We are making the turn toward the weekend and excited about getting to Friday, but that's still a couple of days away. And even though you've been dealing with the rain tonight, we've got some plunging temperatures that we're going to talk about. Angela will be along in a moment. Friend of the show, Emily Longnecker, will be joining us to give us a preview of her big story that you're going to be seeing on 13 News at 11. And Dave Calabro found a pretty interesting story today about an Indiana hunter who set a record with the buck that he got with a crossbow, and it inspired him to write a song. And the guy calls himself the Redneck of the Woods. That story's coming up tonight. Let us know where you're watching Facebook Live. We'll give you a shout out. It is always great to be in the comfy confines of the Channel 13 studios with Angela on this Wednesday night. And my friend, we've had some rain around tonight. Yeah. Is it raining out in downtown Indy?
You know what? I didn't even peek out.
I didn't either.
But radar is really active at this hour, so we do have plenty of rain to track for central Indiana. And the heaviest rain is actually going to start to fall as we head into the next several hours. There's a live view. I can't tell.
I can't tell if we're seeing rain there on Monument Circle or not.
Maybe it's kind of hit and miss.
Right.
But we can always go. Oh,
look
there
at that picture. Wow.
Thanks, Nick. So yes, visibilities are low. We do have some rain around. Pockets of heavier rain, mainly south and east of the capital city. Oh, boy, he's doing. That's great. That's great work.
You know, Nick doing just a bang-up job in the control room there. Way to go, Nick.
So you can see. It is wet, and there is live Doppler 13 radar to confirm the rain that is falling. You can see some of the heaviest is south and east, pushing just south of Shelbyville. This is going to make its way into Richmond, Connorsville, Liberty, and Brookville eventually. And we do have steady rain falling in Bedford and Mitchell. And then across the central part of the state, it is a little more scattered, but you can see scattered across Marion County. And yes, there are some pockets of steadier rain, even as you move to the south and west. And this is kind of a larger view to show you that the rain does come to an end up north of Lafayette, but we still have several hours of rain to get through this evening, and some of it is going to be heavy at times. Nothing severe, no strong storms or anything. We're not picking up any lightning at this point, but we are picking up a temperature drop. So it's easy to see where the front is with this. Basically, a front is a wind shift, and the winds are shifting now just west of Richmond. And now that we're on the back side of the front, we've dropped to 48 in Indianapolis, 45 in Lafayette. This after highs today in the low to mid 60s. Didn't need the heavy coat today, needed the umbrella from time to time, but put the umbrella away for tomorrow, dig out the heavy coat and the sunglasses. Sunny, but a very chilly day. Upper 30s to start, and then low 40s for high. So we'll be about 20 colder tomorrow afternoon compared to what we had today.
Did you get your Christmas lights up today?
Oh, yes, sir, I did. Except, we have one strand.
Oh, no.
We do the rope lighting.
Right.
And there's one part of the rope that isn't lighting up.
So, got to take them all down.
No.
Or you got to get up and check each one.
No, we have, no, we just buy another one. So it's all one piece.
Okay.
And it's only one pole.
Yeah.
So the other 5 are okay.
So you just look away at that.
No, we're gonna get it right. We're gonna get it right. We need a trip to the hardware store.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. A week from Friday, Monument Circle is going to look a lot different because we're going to have Circle of Lights.
That's so exciting.
I know. So great. They were rehearsing down on Monument Circle tonight. Chuck and Anne Marie were down there getting their rolls all ready to go for next Friday night. So we're excited to bring that to you here on 13 News. Lots of Facebook friends joining us tonight. Jim is joining us from Phoenix. Sunny Southwest joining us tonight here on Facebook.
I like
Jim could be doing a lot of things, but he's joining us here on Facebook.
I appreciate that very much.
Gotta love that. We've got Claire with us tonight. Teresa wanted to know if you got your lights up today, Angela, so there you go. Anastasia back with us. Margaret says, make that rain until snow. Let it snow.
Okay.
So that's what Margaret wants. Leah says it's raining here. David says he's in Monticello tonight. We've got Terry from Marion. Sandy saying it's raining in Milroy.
Nice.
And then we had Fulton, who Fulton always joins us with whatever the day is. We did. Yeah. So Fulton says it is National Bread and Butter Day.
Now, I liked last night's better. It was your favorite fast food.
Yeah. What is your favorite fast food?
I like them all. I can do a McDonald's quarter pounder. I can do Taco Bell.
Chick-fil-A?
I could do Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Roscoe doesn't like Wendy's anymore, but I could do Wendy's.
In-N-Out burgers. That's
In-N-Out?
tough. That's tough to beat, too. But National Bread and Butter Day, I'd go with sourdough.
Oh, I do love
Yeah,
sourdough bread.
love the sourdough. So, Fulton,
go
thank
wrong
you
with
for
that.
also always participating and giving us something to chat about. We'll get back with Angela in a moment, talk a little bit more about Bread and Butter Day and the rain that is moving through. Let's go ahead and bring in friend of the show, Emily Longnecker, working on tonight's big story tonight at 11 o'clock. Good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Scott.
Tell us about your story that you're working on tonight. What's going over there in Avon?
So, a new program being launched by Avon Police across Hendricks County, and I have a little prop right here. It centers all on this decal. I don't know if you can see it. It says "Aware," and basically, you can get this decal at police departments across Hendricks County or the Hendricks County Sheriff's Department. What you need to do first is have your doctor fill out a medical form and sign it. If you have or you're the caregiver of someone who has some kind of cognitive impairment or even medical impairment that would get in the way of you complying or responding with police, right? So the idea is if there is a traffic stop and say there's somebody in the car that maybe is on the spectrum or has any kind of cognitive issue, even a mental health issue, if you have this decal on your car, officers see that, and so they immediately know going into the situation that they might have to communicate in a different way. And so I talked to the Deputy Chief, Brian Nugent, tonight from Avon, and he was talking about this is really a proactive measure and kind of a de-escalation technique that they're trying out, right? So it's a pilot program. They've developed it over the past year. They've talked to some parents who actually already have the decals. Talked to one mom tonight whose daughter has Down syndrome, and so she already has the decals on her truck, on her front door. This kind of thing. So she worked with Avon and kind of gave them the parent perspective. So we talked with her, and they're hoping, they're going to tweak the program, right, and see how it goes. And then they're hoping, they say, who knows, maybe it might be something that you see across the state eventually.
That's an important story for us. We know you're still editing and working on that story. We're going to let you go in just a second, but before we do that, I want to make a turn and ask you about deer hunting. Have you done any deer hunting in your life, Emily? And if so, tell us about what you've had as an experience.
So I myself I've been out with my dad as a little girl. I come from a family in rural Pennsylvania, so I grew up with hunters my entire life. So my brother, my uncles, and my father, they're always out in the woods. And so when I was little, I would go out with my dad, and I would always be like, oh, I don't know if I want you to, kill the deer. But then the venison was always so good. I mean, I grew up eating venison, and I really did. So, and I've enjoyed it most of my life. So I know that in Pennsylvania, I think the first day of deer season is coming up. So, they take the day off in Pennsylvania. So it's like a holiday in that state, truly. And so everyone is off from school, and everybody's off because nobody comes to work because they're all hunting in the woods. So
right.
That's a long answer to, I'm an observer, but I enjoy venison.
You're an observer, but not Emily Longnecker, the deer hunter.
No, not specifically. No, not me.
All right,
but I like the woods.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much for participating. Em, we'll see you tonight on 13 News at 11. The reason I asked Emily that question is that we've got this story coming up tonight at 11 o'clock about a deer hunter here in Indiana who has set a record with the buck that he was able to get with a crossbow. Now, look, I want to go ahead and preface the story. Deer hunters will love this story. People that don't like hunting may not want to see this particular story, but Dave Calabro went to Decatur County and found a guy that is a singing hunter. Check this out.
Say things like, y'all come back now. Got a 4x4 in the front yard broke down.
Life moves a bit slower in the country.
Bush light buzz on, shirt off when we cut grass.
And that's just fine with Dustin Huss.
Lights, front doors open wide.
Because this is his happy place. Working on his craft in his Decatur County home.
How it's been, still how it is, we don't know know better, I guess. Once I learned how to play, like the few chords that I knew, I just started writing songs about, you know, just whatever, about Old Brown or, you know, just what was going on as a kid, fishing, hunting, and, you know, girls.
The South Decatur High School grad makes a living writing and selling his songs to country artists in Nashville.
6-string picking on the front porch.
In fact, he just put out his own new album called Redneck of the Woods, and he's always looking for something new to write about.
Deer hunting that's where I get my song. Sitting in a tree is where I get my thoughts, or, you know, that's where I'll write a song in a tree stand a lot of times, you know, or get a song started or something. I'll hear it in my head and write it down, then I'll go back to Nashville that next week or something and write it.
Just a few weeks ago, he was in a tree when the song of a lifetime came strolling by. He shot this 290-pound, 12-point whitetail buck. It's the largest buck ever shot with a crossbow in the world. He became big news in a hurry.
We had a line of cars up and down the road coming, about 30, 40 people at one time was coming to see this deer. I was like, I'm gonna start charging admission for this thing, you know what I mean? I was like, but yeah, it's been crazy.
Last week, he turned his dream day of hunting into a song. It's called Lucky Me.
Right time, right place, by design or call it fate, but it's like hitting a home run straight out of the park. First time up to the plate, like shooting at one buck, biggest in the USA. That's how I feel, finding you, falling fresh out of the blue. Yeah. And it's still hard to believe, oh, but lucky me. Something like that.
Dustin just may have the next big country hit on his hands to go along with his record buck. And why not? Because right now, Dustin feels like he's the luckiest guy there is.
Like a 5-leaf clover, man. It's crazy. I mean, I would have never guessed this would happen to a guy like me, you know. I'm just redneck, goes out in the woods and goes deer hunting. In my redneck of the woods. Play some guitar, you know. It's been nuts. Way out in my redneck of the woods. Something like that.
Woo! That's awesome. You're right.
Self-proclaimed redneck of the woods. Dave Calabra bringing us that story tonight. Thank you, Dave, so much for that. And Tab says, awesome job and awesome song. So there you go.
I liked the song. I wonder if he'll give it or sell it to somebody in Nashville.
See.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about him, you know, winning a Grammy one day or a CMA or something.
You never know.
So let's see. All right, so the rain is going to continue through the evening?
Yes, through probably 3 or 4 in the morning, and then it clears the state by 8 a.m. So the morning drive, maybe some leftover wet pavement, but definitely don't forget the heavy coat tomorrow morning. I know you didn't need it today. We were in the 60s, but we're going to be 20 colder than that tomorrow with the rain moving out. And there's some sunshine on tap for tomorrow and Friday.
Okay, but you do
Just
need
chilly.
that heavy coat, right? Sadly, the Pacers got beat again tonight in Detroit. So, yeah, it's 2 straight on the road. They lost to the Knicks the other night. So, look, we're just,
I know.
we need the Pacers to start winning here.
I know, because they have a good team.
Yeah, and we get this important Colts game this weekend in
That's right,
Buffalo.
the Bills.
So it's going to be interesting to look at the forecast for Buffalo, maybe
Oh,
even
yeah, I can do
Sunday.
that. I'll do that for you on Friday.
So, all right, thank you so much for joining us here on Facebook Live. We'll be back with you tonight over on 13 News at 11 o'clock. She'll have the 7-day forecast, a lot of the big stories, including the one that we talked about with Emily Longnecker. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you at 11.